It was part two. So hi y'all from YouTube to YouTube here from Lisa on Lisa's State channel. Uh, so I'm going to tell you about part two of The Green Knight. So Sogren is walking with this kid. And he asks the kid who's I guess the only survivor from this battle that just happened. Everyone was butchered. No, where the any directions for the Green Chapel? And the kid says, oh, there's like a stream up ahead, just go this way. And, so Gun's like, okay, okay. And then the kid's like, no, 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 don't go, don't go, don't go, run away, flee, he's just being a nuisance still. So Gwen says, okay, and get lost, kid. And so Gwen goes over to, the lake there, and he ends up captured by a bunch of, ruffians, little bandit thief kids there. And he ends up tied up, he loses his horse, he, loses the battle axe, I guess, there. And so but the kid's like, the leader of this, gang of little, ruffian little kids there, of like, local bandits on the road, pillaging travelers, finds the battle axe and says, oh my gosh, it's a nice axe, I'm taking it. And Sogun's like, no, 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 I have to kill the green, I have to take it back to the chapel and fulfill my duty. It's like, no, I'll do it for you, And so he leaves, pretty much Sogun to die. And so Sogun there is, just bound up. And there's this 360-degree turn of the camera in the movie, and it shows as the 360-degree turn, Sogren as a skeleton. Now, maybe most likely this is something Sogren is contemplating about his death. That's just gonna be forgotten. A husk of a skeleton, for not fulfilling his duty, abandoned, not given a good Christian funeral because he didn't fulfill his duty, his honor there, and keep the code of chivalry as a knight of King Arthur's Round Table. And then goes back to Sogren, who is, not dead, not a skeleton, alive, and he eventually frees himself after cutting off the rope, with a knife, Actually, his horse does not get stolen, or I guess the axe or whatever, though, because he eventually frees himself, and as he's making his way on the road, uh, he meets up with this fox, and he's on foot because I guess maybe they probably actually did take his horse. I mean, the quality of the video didn't look the best anyway. What I saw on the source I went to. So as he's walking with this fox of a friend, after he finds this fox, he turns up while he's hiding in some cave, and this is like his little animal companion. And as he's walking, still carrying the axe of the Green Knight, he comes across these large giants, who are walking towards this fog in some unknown direction. And he tries to get their attention, wondering where they're going to. And one of them reaches over trying to grab him. After he's screamed and followed, like, yeah, yeah, triumphant scream, triumphant yell is like a proud warrior. Oh, but then he eventually, but the fox growls and barks or yelps or whatever, like a little fox would, I guess, though, whatever sound it would make, though. And the giant doesn't bother them. I guess this thing is like an animal spirit or guardian, that's protecting Sogren on his journey. And then you have, him wandering through a forest, but then he meets this woman who, is a ghost, who has had her love or whatever there, someone decapitate her head and threw it into a lake that she tells him to retrieve or scald her head because she couldn't have a Christian funeral because she was decapitated. And so he goes to retrieve his this woman's head and brings it back to him. And the scene turns to him, at his home or whatever, the girlfriend or good time girl, whatever she is, back in Camelot there. And then there's the scene of him walking through another forest, and he ends up passing out because he pretty much hasn't had anything to eat. He's dead tired. He passes out. Someone finds him and brings him to a lord of a house there. It's this big, nice manor. It's a completely different landscape. Like this is like neo-Gothic architecture or Gothic architecture, not like what King Arthur's castle looks like. Like the old dingy, medieval Dark Ages castle. This guy's castle looks like it's from like maybe the Middle Ages, maybe after the plague happened, the Black Death. Not all current thingy there that we're going through of virus. Uh, but you have but yeah, his house is so nice and wonderful because they've had such abundance. They have so much light, so much goodness. Everything's wonderful, and his host welcomes him after he's waken up and had a good night's rest. Now, his journey being taken in, and he's prepared a wonderful dinner, a breakfast there, and he meets his mother, the guy's mother. This guy's, I think, a family member of Gwen's there, or whatever. Uh, and the owner of the house, the lord of the house, or the master there, tells me, this is your breakfast, and this woman, I don't remember her name though, is gonna be with you. She's gonna be your companion. I want to also make another challenge for you. So the master of the house tells Gwen, okay, for 3 nights, I have you stay here, and you can do pretty much whatever you want, enjoy whatever you want, and you will have my daughter or whatever wife, I guess daughter though, or wife, to sleep with, just to enjoy everything else, everything you could dream of happening to you. And you tell me about what you have learned that day, and while I'm going out hunting each of those 3 days, I will give you what I have caught. And this is actually pretty much in the book there. So on the 4 scenes of this, so Gwen and this woman, she ends up, doing his portrait there. And I guess it's made to look like like some very primitive kind of version of photography, I guess. So and then the next scene is him and the lady making out, and she hands him this green sash there that she has around her belt, and this thing will protect anyone from any harm, as long as as long as you're on the pole. And she gives it to him. But she first has to, kiss her and teach her love. And so each night, the master comes home and gives him whatever he caught there on his hunt with his men. And he tells him, so good, whatever you learned. So he tells him what he has learned each day. They're discussing that. And at one point, so good even asks about, the Great Knight, and the master tells a little bit about him. I'm not gonna give so many spoilers on this. I'm just gonna give like the plot of this movie. And so he ends up, he's told even by the master that the Green Chapel is just pretty much a day here. And eventually the 3 days are up, but he finds out from the master, oh, by the way, I want you to stay here longer. oh yeah, you should stay up past, Christmas, past the New Year's. Because what was decided first in these scenes here was, he's gonna stay till Christmas or Christmas Eve though. Well, it ends up changing, so he can't leave even afterwards. So Gwen decides to get the sash from the woman after he's eventually slept with her, attain the sash from the master's wife or girlfriend. And he decides to get on his horse and flee, get the battle axe of the Green Knight and flee and make his way. But, the master lord of this house ends up stopping him and holding his back and says, I caught this little friend of yours, I was gonna give him to you, but no, maybe I'll just kill him. And he realizes what he's holding is that little fox thing, that little fox character. Uh, so eventually, Sol Gwen convinces the guy, just does something. I haven't watched the movie for some time ago. And so the master lets go of the fox, and he makes his way to so Sol Gwen ends up making his way to the Green Chapel. Now, the fox ends up, warning him, just don't go, you're in danger, that's the way to heal. And Sol Gwen's like, be gone, little demon Dale, uh, after he told some voices or whatever, I guess, warning him not to come near. So, Sol Gwen comes to this lake there, river, whatever, that leads into a forest, to the Green Chapel, and there's this boat there on the end that Sol Gwen is at. He gets into the boat, throws himself down, and he notices, just the scenery of this is so beautiful. It's like beautiful and wonderful, like you could it's an idyllic little place. It looks like literally heaven. And eventually the guy, Sol Gwen, comes up to the Green, the Green Chapel, which is just a place that's covered with ivy or holly or whatever. Looks so earthly, like a beautiful, like green. Pretty much, it's like the environmentalist version of honor, what heaven might look to them. I guess, if you could describe it that way. But yeah, it's a beautiful architecture, beautiful landscape, of that, just more beautiful than the house of the master there, I guess. I have to watch the movie to see it, to see what I'm talking about. So he ends up seeing, coming in, and he sees the Green Knight sitting at a throne. And he's not awake. He doesn't get up. He's like quiet because he's actually come pretty early and he's waiting. All the rest of the day and through the night till morning. And sitting there quietly, just waiting, like a patient dog, so loyal, so chivalrous, such a good ideal knight. Even though he broke one rule, he was not loyal with, what was asked of him. And also slept with the master's daughter, when he was supposed to have no other wife, but, his wife or his girlfriend, I guess that woman in the beginning of the movie is his mother though. So here's pretty much the end of part 2, and I'm gonna continue with part 3 next. Like and subscribe to this video, become a subscriber to Lisa Stayed, and hit Little Obsessed. Hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos. Leave a comment. I have left comments in the discussion chapter of this channel of Lisa Stayed, of questions of the week or whatever. And if you want to answer, great, go ahead and answer. Leave a reply. And you can be friends with me on Facebook. Leave a comment there if you want. Make sure to also donate to my Patreon here and my subscribe. So you can also visit my BitChute channel of Lisa Marie Stayed. It's just one word of those 3 names. Lisa Marie Stayed, no spaces in between. And see y'all. Bye.